Welcome back to CBS Saturday Morning. We begin this half hour with a crime being committed against the lowest wage earners in America. The Economic Policy Institute has estimated that workers lose more than $50 billion a year to wage theft. That's more than the value of robberies, burglaries, and car theft combined. Now, New York City is taking measures to address wage theft and other abuses of low-wage workers. Anna Schechter is here with more. Anna, good morning.
Good morning. The fashion industry has long had issues with labor abuse overseas in places American consumers seldom see. But Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg tells us there are allegations of wage theft happening right here under our noses in New York City.
The glitz and glamour on the runway can sometimes obscure the sweat and tears behind the scenes. 2 months ago, up-and-coming designer Andrea Marshall was charged with stealing wages from 9 workers, including seamstresses.
The nature of these cases is the same, where there's a power asymmetry. In that case, I would say alleged power asymmetry.
Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is teaming up with New York City's Consumer and Worker Protection Commissioner Samuel Levine to seek out and hold accountable those who allegedly don't pay their workers, especially if the workers are laboring around the clock for minimum wage.
If you feel you're getting ripped off, report it.
I'm here in the garment district in New York City, and industries like fashion, restaurants, real estate, they're all quintessentially New York. But if the business owner falls into debt, it's often the low-wage workers who have so little already who wind up with nothing in an increasingly expensive America.
Marshall, the fashion designer, has pleaded not guilty to each count of wage theft. Marshall's lawyers told CBS News she is a solo female entrepreneur who paid all her employees above minimum wage, and the criminal charges are absolutely unwarranted and unfair.
Given the affordability crisis that is ongoing, I could see a small business owner getting in over their head and not being able to pay the wages to their workers. Are you being fair to those small business owners?
Fair play is fundamental to business. So if we have an industry where 5 companies are following the law and paying lawful wages, and there's a 6th who is not, that's not fair to those other 5 companies.
It's not just the fashion industry. In 2024, the owner of the famed Grimaldi's Pizzeria, along with a manager at the Manhattan branch, each pled guilty to 1 count of wage theft.
Que fuimos víctimas de una gente inhumana.
Experts who track workers' rights say this is a nationwide issue that deserves more attention. Heidi Shearholtz is with the Economic Policy Institute.
Low-wage workers lose more than $50 billion every year as a result of wage theft.
Now, critics of this partnership might say, well, a lot of these workers are undocumented. They're lucky to be here and lucky to have a chance to make their way in New York City and in the United States. What's your response to that?
Look, we represent the people of the state of New York. Anyone who puts in an honest day's work and is criminally underpaid or not paid is a matter of great interest to us.
The trickle-down effect of low-wage workers not getting paid is that they tend to rely more heavily on government programs funded by taxpayer dollars.
I think the question that you asked about that small business piece is really interesting, because obviously big companies, they can afford to do this. We don't want people not getting paid for a good day's work.
Sometimes it's the big companies that there have been huge settlements with large corporations, insurance companies. So it's on the high end. But what Bragg is finding is sometimes these smaller companies, they get in over their heads and don't have the right bookkeeping, and then it's the lower wage workers that wind up with absolutely nothing.
They take the brunt of it.
Yeah.